Hello, it's Simone. I'm so glad you're here. I'm going to share my 2023 planner and journal lineup with you today. And when I pulled it all together, I was surprised that it's this little. This is what I'm hoping to use on a daily or weekly basis, what I want to fill up throughout the year. And then I have some adjacent notebooks. Maybe I can put this here as well. But yeah, everything else is just occasional. So let's dive into these and then I show you the occasional notebooks. This is my planner. It consists of 3 or almost 4 parts. This is the Hobonichi Weeks 2023. It is just a regular weeks, not a mega. I have some stencils in the front. I put the monthlies from, these stickers are from Traveler's Company. On here, I have a book page marker, the transparent packaging that came with it, and then I just added another one of those stickers here. So as a page mark, then I have in the back this notebook. I use this for a guide for my weekly and monthly review. And then I put the monthly to-do lists and monthly ideas on here. So there's nothing to see here yet. I use this for all the random notes that I have or thoughts that I have throughout the day. Just put them down, and when I transfer them to another place, then I cross them off. And then this I just recently received in some Happy Mail. I am using this as a perpetual birthday notebook. So whenever I decided to start my own notebook for this because I had it in a notebook that was one of those, one like this, that was the same size as the planner. Now I'm not using the planner anymore, not using that notebook anymore, and I have notes in the front. So I decided I'm going to just have a dedicated birthdays notebook that I can use with whatever planner I'm using. And so that's what this is. Planner, journals. This goes to the side because this is not necessarily a journal. I am going to just continue with what I started in 2021. I have used a vertical weekly at the end of 2021. I filled one up that I had started in, I think, 2018 and then just abandoned. So I just redated the pages and I've used these weekly inserts all through 2022, and now I'm diving in 2023. I haven't even decorated anything yet. This is what I'm thinking I might put somewhere here. I don't know yet. I'm not sure I'm going to film this, but I'll definitely share it with you once it's once I decorated it. And I'm looking forward to starting a new notebook. So there's the first half and the second half of the year. That's my weekly journal. Then I'm going to use this notebook, hopefully in a different cover. I don't have the cover yet here. That's been a drag and a bit of disappointing, but yeah, we'll see. I hope it gets here before the new year. If it doesn't, I'm going to use this cover until it gets here. And this is the Taroko notebook, 68 GSM Tomoe River paper in a standard size. However, it has a lot of pages. I hope this is going to hold up. But that's what I'm going to use. Again, I haven't decorated anything yet. I don't know when I will. I need to be in the right mood. I'm just going to start writing on this page that gives me the chance to add decoration on various different places in this notebook. And yeah, I can't really wait for this to start. I really enjoyed my standard size writing journal, the size, and I hope to be able to fill this up quickly and then maybe move on to something else, because then my standard cravings have been healed, or I will just cut down an A5 notebook to the standard size. We will see when that happens, and if that ever happens, how the paper feels. I haven't really used 68 GSM Tomoe River paper to journal, so maybe it's not even for me. And then this is my ink log, or I call it my ink jotter. Lovingly, every time I use a fountain pen to take notes, I will, or a long form journal, I will, basically I pick one pen for long form journaling and taking notes in my notebook. This is the only other notebook that I use besides my long form writing journal with all of my colored fountain pens. If you're curious about why that is, then I can totally make a different video for that. But so I pick that pen, and today, for instance, it is this Twisby Eco Tea with Pannonia, collaboration with Ink Dependence, Cheerio Water Buzz. It is December 15th. So probably you won't be seeing this video for a while. So I will write the name of the pen, the maker of the ink, the name of the ink, and then my writing experience right here. And that's how I am using this throughout the year. I will be filming a video on sharing how I use the monthly pages. Spoiler alert, not at all. And the back pages, spoiler alert, I am using those for various different things in a different video. But that's basically what I put into my journaling tote, because that's, well, not this. This will move into that cover, but this is what I put into my journaling tote and what I'm using on an almost daily basis. I hope to use this daily, because then I know that I'm really on top of things. But yeah, that's for the daily, weekly stuff, the things that I really would like to get into a lot of the times. Then I have 3 more things. This one currently is without a cover. It's my Happy Mail log. I started using this in 2022. This was supposed to be for 1 year, but then I fell off, and so I still have lots of pages. And since this is handmade and I pencil in these monthlies, I just penciled in the monthlies when I started picking this back up. I decorate the bottom. I really like how this looks. And then this is going to be January. And I haven't decorated it yet, haven't penciled it in. Maybe I should start doing that soon. And then I just write down with 2 different colors. Red is outgoing mail, black is incoming mail. And then just for funsies, I tally up, did I send out the same amount of letters, mail, that came in? If I did, then I win. If I didn't, then I lose, but I don't really spend a second thought on that game. And then I have another insert here where I document what items I include in the Happy Mail, just so that I don't send the exact same things to the same person. That's this. This hopefully will go back into this cover once the cover for this notebook is here. And if you have experience with putting this on a elastic, this notebook specifically, and it holding up, then I would really appreciate your input. I have been thinking of maybe stitching on a pocket or even sending it to Baumkuchen for alterations, so that I can slip in the back cover, you know, like a journal cover, not a traveler's notebook cover or book cover, if that makes sense. Let me know. And then I have these two. This is my notebook where I take notes on videos when I want to say specific things. I write them down here first so that the video has some structure. Not for this one because I already know exactly what I want to say, but that's what I use this for. I started using this in January of 2022. It still has a lot of life in it, and so I'm just going to keep on using this. I was very surprised about the paper holding up to fountain pens. That was not my experience previously, but I really love using fountain pens on the Stalogy paper, and I love how they perform. It shows shading. I think it also shows shimmer and sheening, but since I don't really use a lot of shading ink, sheening inks, it doesn't really matter. This one I think is a shimmer ink. I hope you can see some of the shimmer. So it does show, it shows shading nicely. It's still a cream color that I can get behind. And so yeah, I really enjoy using my fountain pens in this notebook. And then this is my Hobonichi Cousin Day Free. I use this as a social media creative projects planner. So I use it for YouTube, Ko-fi, and creative projects. I plan YouTube videos on the monthlies. I take a lot of notes, plans, ideas, everything goes here. And the pages are numbered, so I just numbered this here. I use these pages as an index because I didn't leave room for an index on the first pages here. And I don't really use many of any decorations here. However, I do sometimes stick down some of these cards. So this is the second, I think, that I put in here. I have this one and this one, but this is purely functional for creative stuff. I use a extra fine fountain pen with platinum carbon black in here. It dries really fast. It doesn't smear. That's the reason why I don't use any of the colored pens in here. It distracts me from the actual writing, and I get completely confused with the different colors on different pages. So I decided to keep this completely black ink. This isn't an issue with this one because every video basically has a different color. And since I'm only working on one video at a time, that's fine for me. But in this, I need consistent color, the same color, and I really like how the contrast of the black ink is with the white paper. That's all the notebooks, journals, and planners that I use I'm planning on using for 2023. I do plan on, I do use more notebooks, and I'm just gonna scoot them over here real quick. This is all the notebooks and journals that I use with fountain pen inks. This is more journals that are maybe comparable to when you collect stamps, your albums, where you put those. I put ink explorations in this one. So I deep dive into some of the inks here with some tests and just transcription project. There is a pen in here I put ink swatches of all the inks that I have in samples and bottles in here. Random notes when I test fountain pens go in here. I document how each fountain pen is inked with different inks just to see what it looks like. This is going to be a pen review project. And then I have my currently inked notebooks here. And yeah, so they're not really journals in the sense, or notebooks where I take down notes on projects or anything. These are really just for me to play with fountain pens and inks. And this brings me a lot of joy. I love doing this. The ink explorations are, I would actually even say, they feel very mindful. It's a quiet thing that I do. I really enjoy doing this. And it's kind of like other people, maybe you do a puzzle, or where is it? This one, the ink swatches. It's kind of like grounding, almost meditative. And so that's what this is for. I don't want to dive deep into this because maybe you're not geeking out about that stuff as much as I do, which I totally understand. That's just my jam. And maybe you're here because that's your jam too, but not necessarily. So I would love for you to leave a comment down below telling me maybe what your lineup is, but also which of these journals you would like to see closer. Meaning, do you want me to deep dive onto one of those, more in depth, all of those things. And also, if you want to be updated on my journals and my inks and all of that, maybe you can hit that subscribe button. That will help me out a lot. And like as well, because then my video is going to be shown to more people. And I hope you are going to go into 2023 with a lot of excitement. And if it doesn't work out, also the grace giving yourself the grace that you can switch around to something that suits you better. I have just started using the Hobonichi weeks, so I'm not 100% sure about how this is going to work out in the long run. I feel like I'm very minimal at the moment with my journals, and I'm really happy about that. This gives me a lot of more opportunity to actually finish them. That's something that I really enjoy. And I am not going to keep you here for much longer. Happy 2023. I hope to see you soon. Until then, goodbye.